Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Capital One Arena here in Washington, D.C., where tonight we have a Big East Conference game. It's also a Big East Championship preview game between the number 1 team in the nation, the Villanova Wildcats, and the number 13 team in the nation, the Georgetown Hoyas. I'm B. Ron, and joining me tonight is Sniper Jay, the man from long range. What's up, man? How you doing? Good to have you here with me.
I'm doing good. I'm happy to be back in D.C. This is an arena I had played in, and I really enjoyed it, but I'm excited to watch some Big East basketball tonight.
Yeah, nothing like Big East basketball. Both teams are on long win streaks. Villanova enters 25-4, 12-1 in the Big East. They're winning their last 8 in a row. And Georgetown on the other side of that, they're 21-8, 10-3 in the Big East, and they're winners of their last 5 in a row. The last time Villanova lost was to Georgetown, believe it or not, and that was way back on. That was oh man, it was so long ago. Had a hard time finding my notes over here, but it was a long time ago. It was like in February 19th, 87-71 when Georgetown beat Villanova in that one. So man, when you're on a win streak like that, Jay, both teams on big win streaks here. One's gonna end tonight. No ties in basketball.
There is no such thing as a tie, and I'm willing to bet any amount of money that every Villanova player remembers that loss to Georgetown like it was yesterday.
I have to, right? Long time coming, but game's getting started here. Hoyas first possession, no good on that first shot there. Starting lineups for the Wildcats. Justin Dubs, a sensational freshman at the small forward spot. Point guard Noah Jackson, the 2 guards Demarius Littman, and the big men are Aaron Lovejoy at power forward and Rudy Williams in the man in the middle at the center position. The Hoyas, their starting 5 at Adley Backman, the second round predicted pick, starting at power forward, the senior. Jojo Kearney, the freshman, starting at center. Jay Lasser, their sensational freshman. At the small forward spot, Keith Singleton and Brandon Smith are the guards for the Hoyas. Both teams with a lot of freshman help, Jay, and they have both done really good jobs in their respective programs getting their freshmen involved early and getting them to pay big dividends on both sides of the floor, leading to a win big season for both teams.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't talk enough about how much I love Bell. I mean, he's a great offensive scorer. He shoots the ball extremely well from the outside, man. There's not much you can say that's wrong with his offensive game. And Laster, the attack wing, he's athletic, he's amazing, and he's the reason why Georgetown's in the position they are in right now. He's only a freshman, so we get to see him next year again evolve and become even better. Both of these guys, man, both freshmen are phenomenal, and I expect big games out of both of them tonight.
Yeah, they're both going to have to play big part in their respective teams' success here tonight at this one. And let's talk about that really quick, Jay. Keys to victory for both teams tonight.
Well, be right.
Is it just another day last year?
No. This is actually a tough one for me because I think both teams match up extremely well. And I'm going to lean on who can shoot the ball from the three-point line the best tonight. I don't think there's one player that can win the other team the game, but I think both teams can score the ball in the paint, but I'm interested to see who's going to shoot the ball well from deep tonight.
Speaking of defense, you see the block from Jay Lasser there, sending that one to the sideline, and Villanova will have to inbound. Noah Jackson trying to get his second basket of the game. No avail that time, denying it is Jay Lasser.
You know what, B-Ron? I remember this. I called the game Georgetown beat Villanova last time. Lasser went crazy. They couldn't stop him. I do remember that. Yes. It's all coming back to me. I'm sorry.
No, you are perfectly okay. Take us down memory lane a little bit, or why not, right? And there is Justin Bell playing through the contact and scoring through contact, trying to get the process. Lasser now with it. That's inside the Backman. Now shot up. That one no good. Villanova up the floor with it here. Past the corner. Bell attacking for Lasser. Gets the foul one and no basket. So it's going up for Justin Bell and Wildcats. So Lasser, they're not happy with the foul call. And maybe he didn't get all the contact that was hard enough to warrant the foul call, anything. But rest otherwise.
Yep. I mean, so far the game has been about defense. Both teams have really been physical and contesting shots, and I can see why Lasker was upset with that call. But I think he gave a little bit too much contact to Bell on that one, and the ref got him or caught him with that foul.
Yeah. Look, I always say a foul's a foul. If you're gonna call it, you may as well call it. I don't subscribe to the let him play model to a point, anyways. Bell 1 for 2 at the line, a 70% free throw shooter on the year. Another foul. This one on Williams. We'll see JoJo Kearney go to the line here. Kearney, a freshman from Alexandria, Pennsylvania, considered 6'11", 215 in the weight category. Not a good free throw shooter though. Under 2%, 48.8% from the line is JoJo Kearney.
Kearney, absolute excellent rebounding defender for this Hoyas team, D-Ron. And I'm interested to see how him and Williams and Lovejoy and Backman are going to collide down there in that paint tonight, because the Williams and Henry are eerily similar in size, athleticism. They both rebound defend extremely well. So I think he's got a good matchup on his hands, and he knows it here tonight.
Yeah, I agree. And whenever I see this Villanova team play, my key to victory for them is always going to be around the bigs. I know how good the guards are between Bell and Jackson and Littman. I know how good those three are. And Bell plays forward, to a point. What matters to me is the rebounding battle in particular, because Villanova, from what I've seen, has always been really good at both limiting opponent's second hit and getting second hits of their own. This is a team that rebounds very well. They are tops in the conference in rebounding and in the nation as well. So they know how to do that extremely well. Kyle Neptune has his guys really well coached in that area. And rebounding is such a underappreciated aspect of basketball.
It's a hustle and energy thing, B-Ron.
Yes.
If I'm being honest with you, it's something you practice and you instill in your team. And Coach Neptune has done that this year, and that's why when me and you get on the sideline and talk about how good they are, that's why they're number one in the country, is because they're able to rebound at such a high level and the elite level, and other teams have to game plan for their rebounding and their offensive rebounds.
Yeah, exactly. And because of that too, this Villanova team poses a lot of matchup problems for a lot of teams around the country. You don't see a lot of teams, Jay, with one, let alone two guys who are 7 feet plus. Williams is 6'7", and Lovejoy is 7 feet even. So that is a challenge in its own right.
You want to know what's also really good about both of them? You know, Williams is the athletic, rebounder, defender. Lovejoy is the skilled, I can score on you, I got moves, I look good doing it type of. So they don't collide. They don't get in each other's way. And then, ironically enough, I think Georgetown has the exact same thing on the opposite side with Keenery and Backman.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, Kearney and Backman are definitely very similar in other play styles to Williams and Lovejoy for Wildcats. I really think that the big matchup is something to look for in this one. This is the first time seeing these two teams play. As much as we hype up the guards and Bell and Lasker and Jackson, these big guys, big kids are looking out for it. Look at Dustin Bell, off of the bird.
Yeah, that's vertical right there.
Man, outstanding dunk in the post like that. Not easy to do when you're in like that. But the Hoyas will take a timeout. We're gonna take our first break as well, folks. We'll be right back.
See the game, be the game.
Welcome back, everyone. Want to take a minute to really get back to calling the game here. To thank everybody across all our platforms watching us. YouTube, the main platform here, where we want you here on YouTube. We are other places as well: TikTok, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, a lot of places. So again, if you're watching on any of those platforms, as well as YouTube, again, thank you all for supporting us on all those platforms. To get back to game action here, 9-7 Villanova out in front, and Jay, putting the point out here. Both these teams are already in Hoops area, number one.
Mhm.
They're also both in the Big East Conference Championship game. We'll see these two play again next week when that schedule is announced for when those championship games are. But the focus for both these teams is not on Hoops area right now because they already have that spot. Their focus is on winning a conference championship game. And again, we will see these two teams meet up again next week for that.
Absolutely, B-Ron. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. These two teams' focus is on the Big East, and the reason it is because it's such a big deal to win your conference. Like, that's the first championship of the season, and that's what you play for. That's one of your first goals in preseason, win the conference. And when you have a chance to do that, like both of these teams have, when it's that time, you just focus solely on that. Hoops area comes after the conference championship, and I'm pretty sure both of these coaches are drilling that through their team's head. Like, hey, we need to win this championship so we could be the leader of the Big East, so we can represent the Big East. And it just means more when you beat your peers that you see every week, and you play them twice throughout the year.
Yeah, exactly. It's the ultimate form of bragging rights. You know, you talk about winning your conference. Winning your conference, you can win it. You know, there's two times you can win it. Regular season title, which is just that. Best record in the conference overall. And then your conference championship game. That's the big one. That's the one you want to win. Because that's going to set you up, in some cases, with a automatic bid into Hoopsteria. Now, both the teams are going to get in anyway, so that's not the problem here.
Right, 100%. And B-Ron, from a player's perspective, going back to when I used to be in the U,
Yeah, of course.
it's harder to win a conference championship than it is to win Hoopsteria. In Hoopsteria, you're going to play teams that kind of know you or that need the game plan for you. But when you playing against the same teams night in and night out that study you like a book and that know every player, that know what high school you went to, that knew your first high school girlfriend, it's hard to beat those guys, especially in the conference championship game.
Yeah, they know each other so well. In many ways, probably both on and off the court too. I'm sure when you're not playing on the court, I'd be playing Call of Duty with them outside of things. You know what I mean? So you know each other very well. And it means so much more, especially in a conference like the Big East. Jay, Big East is a very historic conference in college basketball, and these two schools are right at the top of that for majority of the conference's tenure, especially Georgetown. Think back to those, early 90s teams, or even the John Thompson era when he was there coaching, of course named after him and all that. So yeah, this is a historic program.
There you go. Talk about the history of the Hoyas. We got Allen Iverson, we got Patrick Ewing, we got a whole lot of people that come from the Hoyas. Rich history of basketball, as we got a foul call on that possession.
Absolutely. You talk about schools that are you talk about your football schools. You look at your Alabamas, your Miamis, those schools in the world. But when you talk basketball schools, you're talking Georgetown, you're talking Kansas, you're talking your Kentucky's, UCLA, obviously, but Georgetown, not a school you think about when you think about football. Obviously, basketball, 1,000%.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. B-Ron, I couldn't agree with you more. And since we're on the topic of talking about conference and conference championship, it's hard not to mention that team that's ranked above Georgetown that's going to be on the outside looking in come the conference title game, and that's Butler, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
A really good team, ranked 12th in the country, but probably stuffing their teeth and rolling their eyes that Georgetown is in the conference title game.
Oh, I most definitely think that there's some animosity there, is what I'll say, towards that, for that reason. when you talk about Butler, they're a team that they're extremely talented. I really like what they bring to the table, Jay. Their defense is top notch, one of the best in the Big East and in basketball as a whole. But their offense, in my opinion, is a lot to be desired in various aspects of things here. And this is a team that they ended up losing their last game out to that was their last loss was to Villanova. So that was a big loss.
Yeah, Villanova knocked them out the conference title game, B-Rod, and I think that's a motivational tool for them come Hoops area, but it also goes to show how tough the Big East is, right? One loss, even though you're a top team in the country, a top 25 team in the country, one loss can put you out of title contention, and that's just a credit to Villanova, Georgetown, Butler, and every other team in the Big East. Like, this is no slouch conference, and you see that here tonight and the conference title game.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of it as Nick Donato fires a three and knocks it down. Nick Donato, I'm a big fan of Donato's game off the bench. He is a spark plug, and watch your feet. Noah Jackson avoiding the backdoor violation.
Oh,
but throws the dunk.
He's upset he missed that dunk.
Oh my Nick Donato's out of bed, and he knocked another one down. Second time down the floor. He knocked one down, and it gives the Hoyas a 14-13 lead as well. Now Jackson looking for redemption, and he gets it that time with authority. I'm not missing this one.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Man, he dunked that with some ferociousness.
Took no prisoners.
That's right.
Took absolutely no prisoners on that one. And
right.
It's such a simple move, too. He didn't do anything fancy. He just backed up and used his speed to get by Donato.
You know what it was? I think he jumped a little bit higher on that one, and instead of two hands like he did on the first one, he went on ahead and flushed it down with one hand.
And usually they say two hands for safety, but apparently it's only one no attacking. And the bank is open today. Beautiful shot from Tyreek the Costa Marcus. Now the Hoyas will take a second timeout. Eddie Cooley's going to burn his second one. I want to remind you, don't play yourself. Don't get in here and invite others to join SimWorld as well and be a part of this great experience. We are looking for more coaches in the SimWorld preference. If you got the brains, if you think you got the brains, I know you do. I know you play your fantasy basketball and get your guys all over there. Do it here in SimWorld. Get your guys on your team and bring them to a championship. Or if you think you can do that, you get 5,000 EM for joining as a coach. If you refer someone to be a player or a coach in particular, you get 5,000 EMs as well. And any super fan who just wants to come in and follow and immerse yourself in this universe, you will also get 5,000 EMs as well. That is our currency here in SimWorld. Those who are unaware of that. And do all those things, obviously. Best place to do it is discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. Get involved in there. That's how you do it. As we get set to resume game action here, 17-14 Wildcats out in front over the Hoyas. As they look to tie this game up, perhaps one more possession. Spinner Rooney's here from back. He's going to post away from him. Loose ball, and it's going to stay with the Hoyas. Great job there.
Too many spins. He probably made me dizzy.
Yeah, need to take a whatever distance. I don't know. Whatever that is, get one of them. Get one of them after all that. And the bad thing is too, Jay, there's 9 seconds on the shot clock. Just all of that.
Yep. And I think they have to go to Laster here. Hope he gets downhill and get the foul called here, but we shall see what the Hoyas draw up.
Now see step out down to 5. Gotta get something up here, attacking the basket. And the shot is blocked after all of that. It's Keith Singleton. It is not rejected. Now pass inside, picked up very quickly there. Hoyer is unable to corral that one on the interior, off the mark on the pass there. See that catch it cleanly, perhaps. Alaska with it on the perimeter, guarded by Bolt here. Darian Bolt. And Singleton going to the rim again, drawing a foul, and Lovejoy hits the foul, his first of the night. Singleton will head to the line here for the Hoyas. Singleton, a freshman, played for Run DMV in his SimWorld prep time. Out of Washington, D.C., 6'2", 209 here, and a 72.9% free throw shooter. You know the rules, Jay. 72%.
Yeah. Don't do it, B-Run. Don't do it.
73%.
There we go. Singleton's built like one of the best linebackers on the basketball court I've ever seen, though. Jesus, I mean, like, I would hate to lift weights with that guy right there. I mean, I'll probably break something. He's strong.
I wouldn't want to lift weights. He make me try to lift, and I know I can't lift. Especially I've been in the gym in years, but it's not about that now.
And I'll be honest with you here tonight. It's been a low-scoring game, and I think both teams have not played up to their best level of basketball just yet as we get a slam.
And that was a nice spin move inside, too, from Lovejoy.
Beautiful move. Very pretty hand finish. But I was just saying, both teams are a little sloppy out here tonight, and maybe they're just trying to feel each other out for the championship game. But it's been a low-scoring game, and I hope this picks up for both teams here late in the first half.
Yeah, it has been low-scoring. When you consider that both these teams are known for their strong offenses. I mean, Georgetown, one of the best in the conference. Same goes for Villanova. They're the best in the conference. The points per game, and in the nation as well, they're second in the game in the nation. So they both these teams can score the best of them. So to see the defenses play as well as they have out the gate is a good sign if you're both these head coaches, both Kyle Neptune and Ed Cooley.
Yes, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if both teams are out here experimenting with their defense to try to figure out something that works going into next week for the championship game.
And now brain fart there. Laster was left wide open as both backed off and went to switch for some apparent reason. And that is not what you want to see. You don't want to leave Jay Laster open like that. He'll make you pay more times than not.
Yeah, I don't think you want to leave anybody open. Oh my God. I thought he was going to finish that. He's been on a tear down there. But you don't want to leave nobody open at this level. Everybody can shoot or at least make a wide open shot, D-Ron.
Yeah, right. They may not make them all the time, but they'll make them if you give them the opportunity. At least 8 or 9 times out of 10. Now going up and out.
Oh my!
Hey, go up and get it, Boogie Williams.
There go the athleticism on display for Mr. Williams.
Yeah, he's got some of that too. Williams may be the more powerful of the two, I'll say, but he's got that athleticism in there as well. Now Bolt with a good defense. The 9 Singleton on the jumper there. 2-point game for the Wildcats, still up out in front here. 6 minutes left in the first half of play. I know it's been a defensive heavy game so far. Start this one out. I just see a fadeaway jumper from Lovejoy. That one was good. And is there anything in particular about the defense that has impressed you so far in the game, or is it just a general defensive vibe from both sides?
No. There's definitely two main things that stick out on both ends, and I know I say this a lot. It's Big East basketball, right? So both teams have been super physical at the point of attack. Like if you watch the ball handler and the defender on the drive, they're making contact and they're being very forceful towards the offensive player, the physicality. And the second thing is that they're contesting shots out here. Like nobody's being left open often for wide open shots. And I think that plays a big factor into shooting and percentages, B-Ron.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Absolutely does. Good job that time tying the game up there. That was Tyreek Tankers, lead the third, sophomore. And now the Wildcats will take their first time out. After Georgetown ties the game up at Capital One Arena. Going a little crazy here. We'll take a break so they can calm down. We'll be right back.
Yale's here with SimWorld Sports, where we're providing the most immersive virtual sports experience found anywhere out there. If you got the brain, come be a coach. If you got the game, come be a player. SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game and be the game.
Y'all know how I go down, right? They always want to hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I recall? Y'all know how I go down, right? They always want to hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I recall? Y'all know how I go down, right? They always want to hold you down. Y'all know.
Welcome back, everyone. A 23-all ball game as we resume play here. 5 minutes left in the first half. It has been a defensive-fueled first half here, Jay. Both teams shooting under 50%. Villanova is shooting around 45%, while the Warriors on the other side, they're around 30%, 29% from the field as far as Georgetown is. Justin Bell going to be going to the line there as Adley Backman, senior, fouling the freshman there. He got his first of the day. And the defense from tonight is great to see so far because last night, UNLV, they were getting everything they wanted. They were shooting 70% at one point in their win, their big win last night. It was insane.
Was no defense being played out there.
No
defense. It was like practice against 5-on-0.
They got Big 12 football out there.
Hey, I like Big 12 football. It's exciting.
UNLV looked like it last night too. It was for all the points, man. We talked about Butler a minute ago, and I want to just bring them up really quick because they're one of those teams that I'm not sure if I trust too much in this area, and I feel the same way about UNLV because they've been so up and down all season. They've gotten it together as of late, yeah, sure, but I'm still not convinced. Oh, there he is. Putting JoJo Kearney on a poster.
goodness.
I'm sorry, that was Josiah Mulkey, rather. Mulkey Hofer. We got the foul call on him too. My goodness. That was insane. Darian Bolt is the one who put that one down. Bolt from Laurel, Maryland. Junior on this Wildcat squad. He does not make that free throw. Bolt a 76% free throw shooter on the year. Comes up empty there on the 3-point play. And last year, little in and out move, little action too.
That's right, man. He showed off his speed right there and a good touch around the rim.
Yeah, that was really, really impressive. And we saw Jackson do that too for Villanova. He likes to do that as well. And last year, can do that with the best of them too. No basket there. Boyas come away empty. Still a 2-point game here. Not much separating these two squads, and that'll help there. Strong defense from Malky. Now Donato with it. Over to Backman. Backman in the post to Laster. Knocked away from him. That's Mugen Williams with the steal. Now hesitation to the rack. No on the first one. They will get a second chance, will Villanova. And back move Littman for 3, no good. And Nick Donato lost it on the floor.
There you go.
Goes away with the rebound.
I knew you was going to say something about that. I knew you was. Donato got hard.
On the floor. A lot of heart. Nick Donato and now Laster. Took part there in the shot up, but no avail there. Nick Donato's as tall as I am. The same height. He's out there playing basketball. I love it. I love to see it.
And both of y'all got hearts of lions, okay?
Absolutely.
It's interesting to see Villanova has changed the defensive game plan. It seems like when Georgetown hits the post up, it's an automatic double team. It doesn't matter who catches the ball, and they have forced a bad shot and a turnover off of that the last couple of possessions. So I look for Georgetown to make a change on that and probably spray the ball out as soon as it touches the post.
Yeah, maybe you get your shooters out in space and get them the ball quickly after the double team comes, right?
Absolutely, and it's funny you said that, B-Ron, because I was just thinking, I don't like how Georgetown is using Backman tonight, right? If they're using like a traditional 4 and the kid shoots to cover off the ball, why not put him in a pick and pop situation as Laster gets to the rim again and throws down a hand slam? My goodness.
Yeah, he's so quick and so fast that it's really tough to try to guard him. If you give him space, he'll just shoot it. But if you press up on him, he's going to go by you.
You know what, D-Ron? I have a player comparison, and I want to see what you think. It's the same conference, different time area for Laster. And this guy played for Marquette under Buzz Williams, I mind you, and his name is Jimmy Butler. How do you feel about that? I think that's
I like it. I said before, I'm not a big player comp guy myself, but I like hearing other people's opinions on it. So I like that comparison. Look, not saying he is Jimmy Butler, but
no. He's not playoff Jimmy. We can't give him that.
He's not Jimmy Butler, not yet anyway. That 3-pointer, no good. Koya now in the lead, 31-27, final 35 seconds of the first half ticking away. Mulkey with it out here on the perimeter. See Backman calling for it in the post. Instead, spins it out to Laster. Laster, screen, back to Backman, jumper, good! There it is, Jay.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, Laster attacks downhill. Backman pops out, doesn't even catch the ball cleanly, but still makes the shot. If they could get him open shots, he's going to make those for this Georgetown team.
Yeah, right on cue, and look at the second chance effort. Mugen Williams grabbing the rebound, resetting himself. Going back up with it. Now final 5 ticks of the clock here in the first half of play. Donato with it. Gonna chuck it up, he does, and knocks it down!
Man, this
Donato sending the Hoyas into the locker room. 36-29, nailing the three ball to get them to halftime in great shape. Jay, this has been a really fun first half. The offense picked up at the end. A fun first half, though. Defense and a little everything. We get the locker room.
Yep, it definitely had a little bit of everything, and you got to give credit to Georgetown. They're protecting home court. I'm not sure if this is senior night or night, but they sure are playing like it. And Villanova looks good tonight too. I mean, they haven't made some shots. I think some of the shots they usually take and make, they haven't done tonight, and I think that may change in the second half. But I think the key to the second half, both teams, who's going to make a run? Who's going to make a run and build a lead to a 10-point lead and maintain it? B-Ron.
Yeah, I think that is the biggest thing, because right now there really isn't much separation between the two teams on the floor. We haven't seen a lot of it. This is a very evenly matched game, and I do think, like you said, Jay, that's going to be the big difference. If you can go on a run and really hold on to it, that has to be what makes the difference here. Second half coming up. We're going to take a break, folks, but we'll be right back here from Capital One Arena here in Washington, D.C.
SimWorld Sports is not just a game. It's an entire world. SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game and be the game.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second half action here at Capital One Arena. Let's see those juices throw up, folks. Second half, getting ready to start. A 36 29 lead rather, for Georgetown Hoyas. With some bell step back three, and that's not how you want to start, as the air ball can't rain down on the freshman. I want to let you all know that we are looking to do a giveaway here on YouTube, but need some bet first. 50 viewers in the YouTube chat, in the YouTube channel here in our stream, and we're giving away $50 in cash. 50 viewers, live viewers in the YouTube chat for $50 in cash, and even exchange.
Hold on. B-Ron, are you talking about the real money?
Yeah. Real money. Cold hard dollary dues.
Oh, dollary dues is right. Okay, B-Ron. Okay. We need 50 people so we could get $50. Me and whoever. Okay, cool.
Right, yeah. Yeah, me and you winning it, Jay.
That's right. That's right.
Look, second half beginning here as you see Villanova getting a bucket there on the interior. We talked about the run that he would have to go on in the second half to really cement this one. But what other things are you looking for as far as change from both sides, as there's a basket from Keith Singleton after the foul on Mugen Williams. But what are you looking for in the second half, Jay, in terms of adjustment from both teams to try to get on that run that we mentioned before break?
That's an absolutely outstanding question. I think both teams have been defending extremely well, and both teams have been defending the paint with their big men extremely well. So I think the team that's able to penetrate into the paint and kick out for wide open three-pointers and make the shot, I think that's the team that's going to create the separation needed to win the game here tonight.
That's a good point. You know, Jay, they do say 3 is more than 2, and I may not be a good number, but that is correct. If you can get 6 points in two baskets over, 3, yeah.
Ooh, my Jesus.
Oh,
that kid smooth.
Justin Bell. Man, ring the bell, young man. We've been doing a lot of that in this one. But Georgetown did a good job in the first half, and they had a lot from Jay Laster, but Nick Donato as well, also doing his part to keep him in the game. And there's that young man again, Jay Laster, getting the crowd going, and the Hoya Blue are going crazy as well. They're like what they're seeing as well, doing section, doing what they're seeing as well.
And Laster has a bright future. Even if he decides to leave after his second year, I mean, he still has a good chance of his jersey being hung in the Raptors here, man. He's really that good for these Warriors.
Oh man, I like it. I don't know how I feel right now, like the jersey hanging, but I like the thought of it. Is what I will say.
Yeah, he'll definitely be up there with some legends, but
hey, look, I'll say this much: if Shedeur Sanders and Charles Hunter get their jersey retired after what they did for Colorado, then sure, man, why not? I guess, right?
They just hanging people jerseys up. No, I as we get a nice slam from Williams. Thank you for getting us back on track, Mr. Mugen Williams.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because we was about to spiral.
we sure were about to spiral for a minute. It wasn't been very long, but they're not gonna let us spiral today because Jay Laster is keeping us on track and on task here. This performance from him, phenomenal, and much like their last time out, Jay Laster doing a good chunk of the scoring work to put Georgetown up and keep them there. Also getting the help from his teammates as well. And again, Laster is just a freshman on this Georgetown squad. To the corner. And back to the perimeter there, wide open three-pointer, no good. And I think that what they're seeing, Jay, to feel ready at Thunder perhaps, the matchup between Justin Bell and Jay Laster seems like that match was very favorable to Laster at the moment. That was a beautiful turnaround jumper that was back.
You're absolutely right, and I have the chance as we have a timeout by the Villanova Wildcats, who is down by 10. It's up. We're going to stay here and keep talking about why Laster likes playing against Justin Bell, and it's all about the next level, in my opinion, D-Ron. Laster sees Bell as a top pick when he does come out, and you always want to play your best against the best. And if Laster they have a good game every time he sees Justin Bell, the SWBA scouts have no choice but to put him over Bell, if that makes sense.
No, I agree. And look, want to take real quick, guys. Get your shout out time. Put your shout outs in the chat. We will read them on the air. Jay, do you have them from the users in the chat as well?
Oh yeah. You know I love talking to my people in the chat.
Talking to people. Who we got here?
We got Coach Dre Hope in the chat, and he says shout out to the commentary team and SimWorld Hoops. We got DeVar Skyler in the chat. We got Jordan Scott in the chat. We got Coach Braden Berry. What's up, Coach? How you living? We got Coach. Let's see if we have any more. We have a check-in. Who check-in this lady? I don't know who. Why you so late?
Javarion Hillington. Good to see you here, and welcome to the game. Jay Laster. Welcome to the stream. Watch this.
He ain't lying. He went down mainstream and dunked that one, and they got another steal.
Another steal. Georgetown defense really stepping up here in the second half. Great finish inside as well as Anchorsley, the third sophomore for the Hoyas from Newark, New Jersey. And that one on the pass right there. Now met Bell and Laster. Laster gets beat.
Here we go.
Bell rising up over him. Here we go.
A little back and forth, B-Ron.
Yeah.
A little back and forth, a little emotion involved in this matchup. And I love it. Oh, yes.
What a response there from Jay Laster, man. These two kids are absolutely phenomenal, both these teams. But Jay Laster is on a level here tonight. And again, much like their last game against Villanova, same way.
I don't know, B-Ron. They're going back and forth. B-Ron. I can't let you say that Jay Laster's just outdoing Bell right now, because Bell is absolutely scoring on the other end. I mean, Laster looks really good when he scores. I got to give him credit, but Bell is being scoring the ball as well, B-Ron. I can't let you just say that. He just scored the last two.
Yeah, no. Look, I'm not saying that well, because he definitely is. What I'm saying is Georgetown is up and they have a bigger lead right now because of Jay Laster's play. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. 100%. 100%.
I'm going to see him, and Jay Laster looking the passing lane that time, picking up the pass from Jackson. Midi good.
Okay, B-Ron, listen to me. I compared him to Jimmy Butler, and on that possession, he showed everybody why. As we have a timeout by the Wildcats.
Yeah, Jay Laster fired up after that one. We're going to take a break. We'll connect you on a tough team out. Right back.
Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems, I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it.
Welcome back, everyone. A 56-41 Georgetown leading again. Big Laster, big part of that for the Hoyas. 17 points for him. But Keith Singleton behind with 11 points. Also has four rebounds and 4 assists for 4 steals. Does Singleton 3 assists for him as well. But Jay Laster, him and Bell have been going at it the majority of this game, and Justin Bell has shown in this matchup anyway against Jay Laster that he's going to need to work on his defense to keep up with a guy like Laster on that side of the floor.
Absolutely, Ron. And I think that is the knock on Justin Bell, is that he's not a defender. He's only a one-way star, and he's an offensive star. And I think that's why Laster looks so much better than him out here on the court tonight. Because when you watch Laster play, he gets still. He plays defense. He's able to contest shots. But Bell on the opposite side, he's kind of like a piece of paper. He's just going with the flow. If this man scores, he scores. But on offense, he looks like a machine. But basketball is a two-way sport. You have to play offense and defense, and I think the scouts definitely see that with Bell.
Yes, I agree, and that could be one of those things that might keep him from being a high first round pick. He might still be in the lottery range. He might not be, a number 1, number 2, 2 through 5. You know what I mean? One of those kind of guys for that reason alone.
And look at this, B-Rod. It looks like Laster is calling for the ISO against Bell. Like he absolutely wants to go at him because he feels that he can score on him at any point.
And that's not a bad thing to do if you're Laster. Recognize this and go after it, right? Nick Donato, 3-pointer down the floor for the Hoyas that time down. Go ahead, Jeff. Missing there. DeCosta on the glass. Back up and in as DeCosta Markham gets the second chance basket to go there. 59-45. Georgetown still holding on to the lead here. Went on that run that we talked about earlier, and they really haven't looked back since.
No, they haven't, B-Ron. And I hate to say this like this, but three-fourths through this game, it seems like Georgetown may have Villanova number. They already beat them once this season, and again here tonight, it just seems like every time Villanova tries something, Georgetown has an answer, and they have a very strong answer for Villanova. So
yes, exactly. But there is Tyree DeCosta Markham once again. Take a trip down the floor, he scored for the Wildcats. Really to move him off the bench, been a good helping hand, and now it's time up for the Hoyas. Ed Cooley. Kind of want to talk things over here a little bit. And I want to talk about Ed Cooley and what he's saying to his guys right now, Jay, as we continue to get through the second half play here. Not halfway done yet, almost. But if you're Coach Cooley, what are you saying to your guys in the huddle here?
I'm telling you to keep doing what you're doing. It starts on the defensive end for us. Tonight, and we have to protect home court and send our seniors out on the right note. And so far, we're doing an excellent job. And I would keep the positivity up and make sure he harps on the defense. The more defense we play, the better, because Villanova is a team that could go on the 10-0 run like that. And they know that. I think these Hoyas and Ed Cooley know that. So they're really focusing on the defensive end in this huddle, and offense is going to come. But as long as they keep getting stopped on Villanova, they're going to win this game by a large margin.
Yeah, turnover's been a big difference in this one. Right now, Villanova has 8 so far in the game. Georgetown just 3 all game. That has been huge for the Hoyas in building this lead. Getting them is one thing, but scoring off of them is what you want to do as well. And Georgetown has done both of those things exceptionally well tonight. And there's a turnover for the Hoyas. I talked about turnovers. They get their 4th of the game. But it won't matter if Villanova can't score off of it. He gets the ball into the post here. Turn around jumper from Lovejoy. He can't score. Oh, the Hoyas. Turnover doesn't hurt them all that much.
But I do think that's the shot Villanova wanted on that possession. Lovejoy in the post, using his skills. He's a very gifted scorer in that area. I'm not mad about that possession.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that's what you want, those high percentage looks that you talk about all the time, Jay. You want those. That was a high percentage look. The difficult shot, but it went in anyway. Tyree Tanker through the third. All the a few times tonight in this one. Everyone once again with a sophomore.
That was the big boy move he pulled off right there. Able to hang in the air, take the contact, and still make the layup. The third, I'm going to call them three. Three did a good job right there in the post work.
Yeah, very nicely done there. Free throw line jumper, good. From Aaron Lovejoy. Villanova is really struggling here lately as Tyson Huff getting hit with the foul there. Tyson Huff. The foul there. We'll see some changes here for the Wildcats. We'll see Holt and company go to the bench and new faces checking in. Both sides up. Now we're getting the double team here, and that's one guy who I think you wouldn't mind doubling, but they're just shooting from 3-point line in particular.
Yes, Mr. Instant Offense for the Georgetown Hoyas team.
Yeah.
And be Ryan. Woo! Man.
That's been firing it right to go and scoring there, but say what you got.
Yep, I want to piggyback on what you said about Villanova. They're not comfortable out here. They're not making the right plays. They're having a hard time finding open shots. And you got to give credit to Georgetown. It's hard to watch Villanova because they're the #1 team in the country, and everybody knows that they are able to score at will on people. But this Georgetown team just seems to have their number.
Great rotation coming over there. Mugen Williams blocking that shot. And now if they score here, that could be a big momentum boost for the Wildcats on the possession. I think they need a basket right now. That's the under 10 minutes of the game.
Yep, they're definitely trying to find some momentum, B-Ron, and that basket can definitely do it. They also switched up their defense.
Yeah, I really like the defense that how Neptune has gone to here, Jay. I think they're putting more pressure up front in the backcourt. That doesn't make sense to me in my head because when you look at the court, the front court of the guards, back court's are where the big guys are. But okay, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you said it correctly, and it seems like on every dead ball, Villanova is in their full court press, really trying to speed Georgetown up and make them to cause turnovers. And once they get back to the half court, they're in a half court trap on certain players, not all players, but certain players. It seems like they're trying to get back into this game by forcing Georgetown to speed up and cause havoc on the court.
And I've said it plenty of times, David. When you can make a team uncomfortable and speed them up, that is huge. Some teams like to play fast, but it's only so fast you can play, you know?
Right. I think teams like to play fast and comfortable, but if you make them play fast and uncomfortable, that's a different story.
Absolutely. If Villanova can keep this up for a good chunk of the second half and make it hurt when they do get the turnovers, they'll find themselves back in this game very quickly. As we mentioned before, this team can score best of them. They are one of the best. They are one of the best in the conference, and they are one of the second best team in the nation. There's Bell getting another bucket right there.
Excellent body control from Bell right there. And just to piggyback on what you said, again, Villanova is an explosive offensive team. Like, they can score points in bunches, and if Georgetown's not careful, they could be looking at a 2-point game with 2 minutes to go, and now everybody's tight and offense is limited.
Exactly. Offense is limited here. Last year's time to have the post Bell, and he's done. Right on cue. Another 3-pointer from Jay Laster. 70 points on the day for the Hoyas, and they'll probably get more here. Turnover turns into a missed basket. Good defense there to give up the turnover, but not allow the basket on the other end.
Get it.
That's 3 steals on the day. Ooh, and there's another interior basket. On the Wildcats, here they come. Look, they're not that far down here, Jay. They're really not. When you look at that score, there's another turnover.
No, they're absolutely not, B-Ron. I mean, with their explosiveness on the offensive end, you almost think this is like an 8-point game instead of a 13-point game.
Yeah, and Justin Bell got the steal and the floor through the contact. No foul, no basket either. Singleton on the defense there. Getting in the way, contesting. Singleton. That's inside, tipped away. And knocked away, rejected. It's going to stay Hoya's ball, though. Good defense there from Ruben Williams. You see Kyle Neptune there on the sideline. Looking pretty pleased with the way they've been playing here the last few possessions, but we're a little under 6 minutes left in the game. Need to ratchet it up here a little more if I'm calling Neptune, and there it is right there, the double team on Jay Lasker.
Immediate double team.
Now, you can't leave Backman open like that. Too much space. Bradley Backman result 2 more points for the Hoyas.
And you have to give all the credit to Lasker. The way he's playing is providing opportunities for his teammates to get open shots like that.
First ball. Noah Jackson, he knocked down a mid-range jumper there. 72-59. Hoyas there, Wildcats trying to claw back in the game. As they're showing their claws here. Pass to the corner, Jackson for 3. In and out.
They got the steal they wanted, but couldn't convert on the other end. That has to change if they want to try to get back into this game late.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough right there. All that effort for no points. Lovejoy pass to the corner. Able to slow down on the defensive end. Now Jackson has it on the perimeter. Coming off around the screen there is Lovejoy catching on the perimeter. I don't think you want him out there with the ball like that. 5 on the shot clock here. Step back 3-pointer. Good!
It's good. It's a tough shot. Tough shot.
Yeah, I believe that was Demarius Littman who got that one to fall. Now, 10-point lead here. And there's the turnaround. Man, Jay Lasker scoring over Demarius Littman that time. He decided to throw it to the plate and try to guard Jay Lasker, and Lasker said, I don't care who it is, I'm still going to score.
No, that's not the narrative. The narrative is Justin Bell ran from Lasker in this game. Why is he not guarding him? B-Ron. Now, I'm not going to let you switch the narrative up to favor these Villanova Wildcats. It needs to be said, if Justin Bell can't guard, he can't guard, and he can't go out around his switching to try to hide himself. It just can't happen.
Fair point. Fair point. Hey, look, you make a fair point, Sniper J. Yeah, you're good for those every once in a while. Kidding me.
Look at him. Look at him, B-Ron.
Pointer. Brandon Smith, another Run DMV player in high school, staying in the state and playing for Georgetown. 3:05 left, and there's strong defense from the Hoyas there. As JoJo Kearney, call him No Kearney. He blocked shots just like that.
And the Wildcats are having problems on the defense end as they get a steal there because they're having trouble rotating. And I have to put the blame on Justin Bell, right? If he doesn't have to switch offense man to guard someone else, everybody knows how to rotate. But with the change on the fly like that, it confuses people and messes up the rotation. And that's why Georgetown are getting some of the easy open looks.
On basket, Snide, Ruben Williams. Trying to get a little late here, though, Jay, and it's 77-64 now. Getting to the point where Villanova needs to find consistent stops. And yeah, looks like they went to a zone here.
In a 2-3 zone. Wow.
Yeah, 2-3 zone, trying anything to slow down Jay Laster, and they'll stop him from scoring temporarily. He's gonna get to the line. You see Muga Williams not happy about the foul call. Maybe he didn't get him all the way on the arm, but rest otherwise. Laster going to the line for 2.
But Biron, what they say, zone work, cone work, I don't care. Georgetown for the championship.
I like it. Laster puts that one through. Now making himself 2 for, or else that was his first free throw of the game actually for Jay Laster. Always points he's got, and that was his first free throws of the game here coming in the second half with 2:10 left in the game. Perfect at the line is Jay Laster. 79-64. Number 1 team in the nation is about 2 minutes away from losing, folks. And now Colin Neptune and the Wildcats take a timeout. We're going to take ourselves a quick break as well, folks. So we're right with the conclusion of it. Welcome back, everyone. The impact player of this game tonight, Noah Jackson.
No way in the ball.
In the nod as impact player of the game for the Wildcats here. He's having a pretty decent game, but 8 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal.
Nope.
But we know who really is, right? Though
I'm not hearing it.
We know Jay Laster.
Here we go. I'm clapping.
27 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Well, dirty stat line. Look at the stats, all of that stuff, man. He's doing everything always in this one. And Jay, this again, is going to be the same game we see next week
Yes.
between Georgetown and Villanova, the Big East championship, in that conference championship game. So this really, I'll say this right now. If I'm Kyle Neptune and Villanova, I am incredibly concerned about what I'm seeing right now. With just a week to play, the same team again.
Yes, 100%. And I would feel different if the score was a 5-point game and the Villanova only lost by less than 5 points. I feel totally different if I'm Coach Neptune. But to see my team absolutely get dismantled, manhandled, abused, whatever synonym you want to use for that here tonight, I am absolutely panicking in my coach's room after the game. Like, does Georgetown really have our number? And what does that mean going forward after the Big East title game, especially if they don't win?
Right, exactly. Because that's your seeding on the line, right?
Absolutely.
You know, that's your number one seed on the line. For all intents and purposes, right now, the top 4 teams in the nation are going to get those top 4 seeds. So, solutions, right?
Yeah.
What adjustments are we making from this game going into the conference title game next week? I'll give you one for me. I am starting the next game with immediate pressure, and I'm not letting off the gas all game on pressure, personally.
I mean,
On the side of the ball.
I agree with you, man. I don't have no words for this Villanova team. They're supposed to be the number 1 team in the country. They're supposed to know how to play when it's time to play. And I guess we're going to find out when it's all on the line next week for the Big East Championship.
Yeah, well, they probably won't be number 1 heading into next week's conference championship game. Folks, this one comes to a close. A 82-68 win as the number 13 Georgetown Hoyas knock off the number 1 team in the nation and fellow Big East rival, the Villanova Wildcats. We'll see these two again next week in the Big East Conference Championship game. Any different result, we'll see then too. But post-up coming up. Game 2 of our broadcast coming up. Thank you for joining us. Sports Sniper J. I'm B-Ron. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you in the post-up.
See the game, be the game.
Ooh, man, oh man, oh man. As of present, you getting nothing but Drayton, and more Drayton. And this is officially Off the Rim.
Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Cause I'm tryna ball out. Come on if you bout it. But you better keep up. I'm not slowing down. I swear they gon' see us. Ain't no way around it.
Welcome back to your grandma's favorite show. What a game, right? Exciting, some top-ranked teams. Saw some great ball from Jay last year. You'll love to see it. And so let's tell Georgetown what they've won here. Nothing. They've won nothing. The championship game was already set. They're already the underdog. I'm going to be honest. Villanova almost kind of beat. Yes, Jay last year balled out, so don't come at me with, it was a great game by Georgetown. Great game by Georgetown. They played their game. Good job. Villanova shot like 1 for 10 from 3. That's not going to happen again. They had a higher than their average 10 turnovers. They were somewhat efficient from the field other than the 3. They only went to the line 7 times. And look, I'm not trying to take anything away from Georgetown. I'm being realistic with you guys. Villanova was on a crazy win streak. That has to come to an end at some point. And you're kind of glad it happens if you're a Villanova fan before Hoopsteria than them riding into Hoopsteria with a 9-10 game win streak, building it up to 11-12, and then boom, they get in a tough game, they lose, your win streak's over. Cool, you had a great win streak. All I'm saying is I don't see Nova playing a game like that again in the championship game. We all know the old adage, it's really hard to beat a good team twice. Georgetown's got to play them again in a week. This time, not at home. I'm not saying they can't do it, but I'm saying let's not overreact to this upset here. Yes, it's an upset. Georgetown did it at home. Jay Laster had a fantastic game, but let's stay grounded here. Villanova was the number 1 team in the country for a reason. I'm sure they'll lose that ranking for now, but they're very likely, as long as they beat Georgetown in the championship game, are still looking at a number 1 seed in Hoopsteria. There's a chance they get a number 1 seed, even losing to Georgetown a second time, although likely not. Georgetown, though, a great game, and if they can beat them in the championship game, those 2 wins will go great on the resume and get them a much better seed going into Hoopsteria. So all in all, props to Georgetown, great game, but let's stay a little grounded here. This game was almost extracurricular. I get the idea that it's a preview, but I don't think we're going to see the same Villanova team we saw tonight next week. I could be wrong, and if I am, hey, sue me. I don't care. I got great lawyers over here at SimWorld TV, but I'm not wrong. But hey, let's move on. Let's play a game. Let's play a little game here. We're gonna call it fact or bad take, where you guys are gonna give me. We'll call it a take, or you probably consider it a fact, but we're gonna call it a take, and I'm gonna tell you whether it's a fact or a bad take. Maybe a good take or bad take would have been a better name for the segment. I'll get with the creative department over here. But good take, bad take, fact or bad take. We're gonna have a little broadcast delay, but throw out your takes. Not a question for me, but takes. I know we got a broadcast delay. We'll get them fed in as we go. What do you guys got? What are your facts about SimWorld U going into Hoopsteria? All right, I'm getting one to start. I'm getting one in from the ear. I got my producer telling me that Princeton will make it to the top 16 teams in Hoopsteria. Bad take. I can call it a bad take. I think Princeton would have had a better shot if they were more of a Cinderella run, but they've been too good for too much of the season. I don't think they make that magical run in Hoopsteria. Don't think it happens. It's not a fact. We got any facts out in the chat? What do we got? Bad take. Bad take from B-Ron Sports. Kansas is going to win the whole thing in Hoopsteria. I'll give an explanation on that one. So I think they're too reliant on Nas Hall to be that second scorer. I think when Nas Hall isn't their second best or their first best scorer after Madison Miles, I don't think he'd do it. And that's no slight on Nas Hall, but he is a freshman. And if I had to take Kansas to the field and taking the field, so I'm going to call that I don't want to call it a bad take, B-Ron, because it's not a bad take. But the game's called fact or bad take, and I don't think it's a fact, so it's a bad take. It's a bad take. What else we got? Texas will lose first week of Hoopsteria. So that's an interesting one because what is it? Are you defining it as first week, like the actual first week, or the first round? Because if we're talking first week, that could still be a decent run. The first week is like 2-3 rounds. But if you're talking first round, I'm gonna call it bad take. If you're talking first week, I'm gonna agree. I don't think Texas makes the quad. Too reliant on freshmen. Not their freshmen aren't good, but let's be honest. Arthur Lattimore and Vincent Magic, the guys who have been kind of motors for that team, they're not world beaters. They're really, really good players, but that whole Texas roster is really impressive. Their best players, I don't see them making the quad. Absolutely not. B-Ron with another one. I see one of these number 1 seeds will not make it to the quad of Hoopsteria. Absolutely, Texas is likely going to get a number 1 seed, and I don't think they're going to make it to. I don't think they're going to make it to the quad. So fact, B-Ron. There will be upsets round 1 from Coach Braden Berry. Yeah. Oh, Coach Dre Pope he's defined it second game. We'll see the matchups, but again, I could see Texas being a team that gets upset pretty early, to be honest. But yeah, there will be upsets round 1. I hope that's a fact. I hope we don't get all chalk round 1. That would kind of suck. I'm kind of suck. What else we got? Come on, guys. I know you got some good. I know you got some takes that you think really good. Give me your takes that you know are you would bet your life on it. What do you got? All right. Well, we got no more takes. That's fine. Thanks for playing. We're gonna move on. Let's talk about tonight around SimWorld U. I'm not gonna talk about the games that happened earlier because that's not from tonight. That's from earlier. We're gonna talk tonight around SimWorld U. Memphis just defeated Davidson on the road, 87-82. That's a close one there, but Memphis gonna keep that top 10 ranking. Likely move up. Maybe. We'll see. VCU pummels UConn. Man, how bad do the UConn Huskies stink? How bad do they stink? Great game from Free Redmond, though. 18-7-3, but how bad do they stink? Pretty bad. We got a New York battle. St. John's taking on Seton Hall. You know the OGs were out for that one. Shea King, 21. Keyshawn Ship, 21 on en route to a St. John's victory over in-state Seton Hall. Also tonight around SimWorld U, we had more games. I'm just taking my time, but we had more games. Princeton falls at home to SMU. That's a big one for the ranking in the American Conference, which we're going to see a game for next. But SMU on the road, that freshman duo, McCallum Duvall and Cam Jones, gets it done. Take down the Princeton Tigers. And Syracuse. Everyone rejoice. Syracuse. We've got news. They only lost by 1 point. Yes, they still lost, but only by one. Only by one. They got lucky against the Irish and didn't get embarrassed too bad. They were this close. They had a shot to win the game. And it bricked. Bad. But shout out Syracuse only losing by one. Iowa takes down Penn State. And Wichita State takes down Temple. Some more American Conference action. But let's talk about the game that we got coming up. Houston, one of the more disappointing teams holistically from the season, taking on Jackson State, who has recently snuck their way back into the top 25 at 22. D. Woodley, you'll love to love him. You'll love to hate him. I don't know what you like to do. I'm not a huge fan. But let's talk three in the key here. Key number one is D. Woodley. That's always going to be my first key when Jackson State's playing, because as much as I'm not a huge fan of his pro potential, he's a great college player, and he can go for a lot of points on any given. He can go for 30 any night. So my first key for Jackson State is D. Woodley. Which D. Woodley are we going to get? Is he moving the ball well? Is he going to be scoring well? Is he going to be inefficient? My second key is the reason I think that first key will not go well for Jackson State, and that's the size of this Houston team. This is a big Houston team. Parham Kilpatrick starts at the one for this team at about 6'3". D. Woodley's 5'11". Now 6'3" isn't huge, but then you look at the rest of their lineup. 6'6", Kola Abdul-Rauf. 6'6", Freddie Stonewall. Carl Holmes, 6'7". And starting at center, Derek Long, 7 foot. They got another 7-footer that comes off the bench. This team is just a lot larger. The biggest player for this Jackson State squad is 6'8". They got a couple 6'8" guys, but Richard Alpine, 6'9". I'm sorry, I think he's 6'8" actually. But Richard Alpine, the big man, now we've seen him go off, but I just think Houston's going to have too much size for this Jackson State team to score inside efficiently. And unfortunately, they are second worst in the country in 3-point percentage. And but on the bright side, their 3-point percentage is second best in the country, but second worst in the country, I apologize. But bright side, their 3-pointers made per game is only fourth worst in the country. So there's a silver lining there for Jackson State from three. I just think they're going to struggle on the interior tonight. I think there's a lot of size for Houston. They're a more athletic team as well. But, my third key is which Houston shows up. They're one of those teams we've seen all year. They were supposed to be, if you told me at the beginning of the year that Houston was going to be a number one seed going into Hoops area, I'd believe you. And I think a lot of people would have. Unfortunately, though, they don't stink as much as UConn, but they're under 500 on the year. They are on a 4-game win streak. They're getting it together at the right time. You love that. But Jackson State's on an 8-game win streak. Take your 4-game win streak and double it. That's Jackson State. Jackson State's a better team than most people think. I think the key to this game is going to be all the things I said, but really D. Woodley and how well they shoot the three tonight. They're going to figure out how to shoot that three, and they're going to come out on top, likely, unless we see the good Houston. I'm never really sure what we're going to see out of Houston. But we're going to go ahead and throw it out there. We've got JJP and Kamal on the call. Should be a good one tonight. Houston, 3.5-point underdogs against Jackson State. Remember, SimWorld Sports is the only place you can see the game, be the game. Remember to stay hydrated. Tell your grandma I said hi, and we're having dinner on Thursday. It's turkey stew over at my aunt's house. She's welcome to come, and we'll see you next week.
See the game, be the game.
What more can I say? It's incredible, baby. Yeah. This that Ron Simmons, that Bush Reed type of vibe. We come to the ring, grab the mic. Hey, sweetheart, ring the damn bell. I'm off the top rope with the flow. My bravado, putting niggas in a sleeper hole. Jake the Snake, don't be late when you got the load. What I mean is, if I pick you, roll. That's how it's supposed to go. Rapper slash singer slash actor slash producer slash everything else slash I'm Cordell Stewart. I knew it. Mama made me special, that's my birthright. Daddy named me Junior, just so he can live twice. You ain't know that I had balls like a baby crib. One called, who's all in your house. Like baby's crib, let him live. I'm a lover, not a fighter, son. Rule number 1, hun, watch how you pop your gum.
I'm just a Northside kid where I did my Northside bid. I'm so Northside shit. I'm still on the Northside, bitch. I got that Northside edge. We getting money, you dig? Blue honey with Bitcoin. Cash still under the mattress. Shoebox full of 20s and 10s. It's 94 again. Shout out to Sam Cassell. My mama raised me well. Daddy ain't want me to fail. Boski saved my life. They had me under the jail. All the lies they tell, they ain't want me to prevail. What I did with Microsoft is why I excel. Now I'm Excelsior days. Me and Lil Ricky swore we make it to where we are. Now we want more. They got me out here like Brady if he never won them 6 rings. God be wanting big things. Niggas in the hood be wanting small change. For freedom, I'm somewhere in between.
Man, y'all niggas is not here. Bow.
Welcome to a packed house at Williams Assembly Center in Jackson, Mississippi, where the stakes are high and the streaks are hotter. Tonight, it's a clash of momentum as the Cougars of Houston roll in riding a 4-game heater, ready to challenge the homegrown firepower of Jackson State, winners of 8 straight and sitting proud at 10-4 in the AAC. I'm JJP, and I'm joined by my partner in hoops tonight. Come on, we've got 2 squads that don't know how to lose right now. Houston's trying to claw their way up the standings while Jackson State is looking to protect their court and keep the streak alive. What are you keeping your eye on in this heavyweight showdown?
Well, first off, somebody about to lose their winning streak. So that's the first thing that's going to happen. Second, Jackson State, I'm looking particularly at D. Woodley. D. Woodley is a first-round draft pick in the SWBA. Well, he's going to have to play like one today. I'm looking at him dropping a 20-plus if Jackson State wants to win. And speaking of Jackson State, shout out to Deion Sanders. Going on with Houston going to have to give a major problem in the paint. They're going to have to shoot it down low, get it to Carl Holmes, punish the smaller Jackson State team in the paint if they want to win.
All right, it is 9:08 local time here in Jackson, ready for the tip-off. And we have Our bigs here ready for the tip, and it is won by the Cougars. Their starters are Kirkpatrick, Abdul Rauf, Stonewall, Holmes, and Long. They're coached by Kelvin Sampson. And on the defensive side for Jackson State, they have Woodley, Bryant, Mason, Shackelford, and all upon out. Illegal screen committed by the Cougars. An early mistake, Kamal. Wow. Caught me by surprise.
That's one of the worst fouls you can give, and especially this early in the game. Illegal screen?
Yeah,
an illegal screen. Wow.
Already hearing from him on the sideline. The opposing coach, Mo Williams, looking to see if his team can score the first points of the ball game. They do with D. Woodley. Great move there by Woodley. Yep, drove up to the rim. A lot of confidence in that man. Now the Cougars.
JJ, you saw the unmatched speed right there for D. Woodley. He's probably the fastest person on the court.
I mean, we've heard rumblings around here that they claim he can run 50 miles an hour, but they're probably exaggerating about that. Just to preview what to expect from Jackson State's guard, D. Woodley, as he now has the ball here for the Tigers. Last matchup between these two teams was on February 19, with Houston defeating Jackson State 71-65 in Houston. Here we go with a 3-ball missed by the Tigers. And then team score was Carl Holmes in that February contest as Houston scores their first points of the ball game.
Let's talk about Jackson State.
All right.
First time ranked. Great. That was a block. That was a block right there.
Rev saw something else. Saw the ball be snatched there, but Shackelford will get himself to the line. Yeah, come on, about Jackson State.
Yeah, first time ever ranked. You feel me? Ranked number 22 in
yes.
SWU. So congratulations to Jackson State. You know, but if they want to keep their ranking, they better play great 2-3 zone defense. Even though I hate that scheme of defense, it's the most laziest defensive scheme. But they have to play because Houston is a bigger team by far, and if you want to grab boards on a bigger team, you have to play that zone. Have to.
Right on. Yeah, looking at the records here for these two teams, Jackson State at number 22 in the SP Top 25. They're 18-11 overall, 10-4 in American Conference play, and Houston 13-16 overall, 8-5 in conference play, as it's now 4-2 after the free throws. Here we go with Pola Abdul Rauf, left wing over to the top of the key, double team on Kirkpatrick, now to the far side. 12 seconds on the shot clock for Holmes. Holmes, he got the ball stolen from him.
That was terrible spacing.
Some thievery there from the Tigers. And it looks like they've been putting up more significant results here over Houston in these first couple minutes of the ball game. Richard Alpine to the glass. It's good.
Great bucket right there. Took it right to his chest.
So, players here to look out for. Carl Holmes, of course. D. Woodley, we talked about him, but also wanted to bring up Freddie Stonewall, who brings the energy and edge to Houston. For both teams, this game is more than just a victory. It's about momentum, pride, and making a statement down the stretch. Catch and shoot for the Cougs. It's a miss off the front of the rim. And now Jackson State in transition with D. Woodley. Starting off here, going to showcase the speed perhaps. A little bit calculated, but the ball's deflected by Kirkpatrick. A good defense there by Houston.
Great defense right there.
And there's a score.
Wow.
Five now, Jackson State after the made three by Houston. We'll see how they come up with ball movement here on this possession. Renzo Bryant left wing, puts it out to Roy Mason. And Mason trying to score his first points of the game. Awkward looking form, misses. And now the Cougars looking to attack. They go near side, 3-ball. Ends up being no good. Here we go with Mason, trying to emulate Woodley at first with the speed burst. Now slows down and finds his way to the rack.
Great bucket. Wow, up and under. That's a razzle-dazzle right there, JJ.
So Mason with its first attempt missed, but makes that nice looking shot up and under on the Houston defender. Oh, they try to go up. They tried to make the highlight reel. It was deflected by Alpine. Still Houston ball. And the Cougars have called timeout. We'll take a quick break. Stay locked in. More action right after this on SimWorld TV.
Inspiration ain't required. I go hard in the pain even when I'm tired. 'Cause tomorrow ain't promised. I give my all, ain't nothing left. No tomorrow ain't promised. There's no tomorrow, no tomorrow, no.
Back here in Jackson, and both teams have put up buckets, and it seems like even though Jackson State is up by 3, it looks like they've almost been evenly matched. But we wanted to point out Jackson State, their 8-game winning streak at the moment, it's been an impressive one. We focused on D. Woodley being the draft prospect coming up and comer here, and paving his way through the AAC, but got to credit the defense from these Tigers that have contributed to this nice winning streak that has implanted them in the SB Top 25. Come on.
Well, I'll say this. Their defense got them on this winning streak, but like I'm seeing it today, the defense is lacking. Houston's actually getting open shots. They just can't shoot the ball worth nothing. They one of the worst shooting teams out there. They couldn't buy a bucket if they had $1 million at this point. They having open shots and just missing clank after clank. So I don't know what the rest of the game is going to consist of, but if
some
Houston keep playing offense like that, it's going to be a long night. Great bucket right there.
Yeah, that one ends up going in for Freddie Stonewall, the ace from ATL. Trims lead to 1. We'll see how Jackson State responds out of the timeout. D. Woodley tried to score there. Looks like it was blocked somewhat. Now,
was that a block, JJ, or was that a brick? That looks like just a brick.
Yeah, I mean, it was facing away from me, so could not tell there. But Woodley with another opportunity, but his teammate will drive it up. Ends up missing. This bucket there by Isaiah, or rather, Leland Buckley. For Jackson State, being featured here on SimWorld TV. These Tigers making noise. They give up the 3 bucket though, and are now down.
JJ, did you see what I just saw right there? I'm telling you, Houston is getting open shots. They Jackson State needs to actually pull the 2 up of the 2-3 zone and start kind of doing a half-court trap right there. They're giving them too much space.
Right. Here on the other end, foul called. This will send Renzo Bryant to the line. Looks like Derek Long commits the foul. Renzo Bryant, natural shooter with a quarterback's vision, and he had vision there trying to draw the foul. Quick decision making is what quarterbacks and basketball players have in common. And here he earns those free throws. We'll see if he hits the first one. And that one is good. He's 6'5", got size for a shooting guard, brings leadership and IQ to every possession. As we see Derek Long check out. And Bryant trying to tie up this ball game with the next free throw. He's Coach Mo Williams' favorite and the future franchise focus at Jackson State. Bryant missing the second free throw. Houston still up. Pass across. And one more pass and a dunk.
Great play right there.
How about that? The H-Town Hammer, Carl Holmes, makes it 12-9 Houston. Houston trying to embarrass Jackson State here on their home floor. We'll see how Kelvin Sampson manages this defense here with D. Woodley unable to make the shot. He was guarded by two men. I don't know, maybe questionable there for Woodley to go up himself.
That was too much one-on-one from D. Woodley. I don't like that offense right there.
Catch and shoot misses for Houston. Rebound by Buckley. And
get the cut. There we go.
Woo! All air, buddy. Shackelford. Oh, man.
Wow.
What an alley there. And the finish by Shackelford. Jackson State down by one. And we hear this crowd. They've erupted. Jackson State could not stop the bucket. Quiets the crowd for a little bit. Now D. Woodley getting here. Left wing. Moves over to the right side. Woodley with just about 15 seconds on the shot clock. Surveying. Trying to shake. It is an and one. How about Kasongo and the dunk by Leland Buckley? How about that?
You got the crowd like, y'all hear that? Yeah.
The first and alley-oop from Jackson State. Now a dunk and a foul. And Buckley sends himself to the line.
Buckley's known for his defense, but he like, look, I got offense too out here, y'all.
Man is scrappy. And he's a freshman forward. Brings the hustle every time. Hits the free throw there to tie up this ball game.
Okay, and the crowd get into it. Okay.
Here we go. Test for JSU's defense. Benley starting off goes to Stonewall. And back to Benley. Three-pointer is good.
Great shot. Corner pocket.
Yeah, another Cougar left open for the three ball. And Jackson State working with Woodley. Woodley spinning. Mismatch here in size. Got to keep an eye out and see if this matchup remains. And if Woodley tries to shake and bake somehow.
Great feet work.
Woodley finally passes it out with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Mason with the right hand. It's good off the glass.
Last minute bucket.
Roy Mason beating the shot clock. He's known for his vocal confident play style. Reaching foul there by Bryant.
That's a dumb foul.
Yeah.
Mo Williams is high rate about that foul too. Like that was just uncalled for.
Did briefly pause the game. It could have killed the momentum coming from the Jackson State side. As we see some highlights from this first half. 17-16, Houston is up. It's been a back and forth affair. Houston has hit 3-pointers. And D. Woodley has led the charge for the Tigers. We're on Kirkpatrick and another foul committed by the Tigers. This time rough. Reaches
another
in.
bonehead foul right there. Move your feet.
Gotta wonder what's going through the heads of these Tigers as they play defense. Songo goes up, could not hit the jumper, and the rebound there by Buckley. The layup. Oh, no good. Could not finish.
And they committed the foul. Oh, my goodness. That bench. Mo Williams, you know what to do. There's no way you miss a layup and then commit the foul in the same play.
Oh, boy. You got a bunch of the fans here putting their hands to their heads. Could not believe what they saw. They thought they had the easy layup. Instead, Jackson State still remains down 1. Shot clock at 14 for the Cougars as they are located on the right wing now. Out to Kirkpatrick. Very methodical here. They'll go catch and shoot. 3 is good for Jaquan Rawls Holcomb.
AJ, they trying to prove us wrong. They like, look, y'all said we is trash at 3 points. Nah, not today.
Houston. Wow. Really clawing here. And dunk on an alley-oop attempt. They could not come up with alley-oop number 2 on the night. I guess if you recorded stats, they were 1 for 2. And now we have a size mismatch on the other end. Easy bucket for Kasongo.
That was too easy. Cooked them.
So Houston taking advantage of some Tigers at the stage in the first half. I wonder if Mo Williams needs to call a timeout. It's JJ Ruff up against Kasongo here. Man, it's like David and Goliath. Now a switch.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, finger was good.
You know, with the sauce. That was nice.
JJ bouncing back there. Now, Cougars up 4. American Conference action here on this Wednesday night here on SimWorld TV. Go to Bentley now to Holmes, and Holmes, wow.
Okay.
Holmes was hounded. The ball goes to Jackson State.
And those type of plays drive a coach crazy. You know, Kelvin Sampson is going high rate right now because it's like, when you right there, you need to just go up. Go up.
Ruff with the bright red sneaks, goes a couple passes. Now with the left-handed shot, wow, deflected and goes back to Jackson State. Derek Long had the rebound. Instead,
he's got to grab it.
Out of bounds. Yeah, you do. I wonder if those is that hand size is sufficient enough on Derek Long. He's got the height for sure. He's shown flashes on defense, so Jackson State.
Got the Kawhi Leonard claws.
Oh man, that's such a gift to have. If you have a claw like Kawhi's. Oh, sweet dive, but a backcourt called on Woodley. All effort there, but it's still a turnover for Jackson State. But you gotta appreciate the effort from D. Woodley.
Yeah, that's great hustle right there. That's leadership right there.
Here's the trash talker for Bentley. The ball for the Cougs, and they're black and red. Want to extend this lead. Defense from Mason and company.
Oh.
And there's another foul that will drive Mo Williams crazy. Committed by Ruff.
That's 2 on Ruff that has been both just wrong-headed plays right there.
I mean, Jackson State's got to remember they want to move up in the SP Top 25, and right now they don't have the momentum, and it'll be free throws here for Derek Long.
And the problem, JJ, is that they're playing the zone because, one, Houston is a bad three-point shooting team, but tonight they're hitting their threes. But the second reason why you play a zone is usually when your opponent is bigger than you, so you can grab boards, and they still getting outboarded.
Yep, it's been a frustrating affair so far for Jackson State on defense. Graham Kasongo at the line, freshman center from the Congo. Great size and rim protection potential. And his coach, Kelvin Sampson, would like him to be more aggressive at times. He does contribute there with a free throw shot. 24-18 Cougars. Roughly 9 minutes left in the first half. JJ Ruff on over. Deshaun Saul. Now to Alpine. And back to Ruff. Ruff. Oh. Just enough defense there from AG. Now over to the far side to Derek Long. And back out to the right wing. 14 seconds on the shot clock. It will go 3 again. Can't hit. Rebound by Roy Mason. And Mason in transition. Jackson State figuring out what to do here. They'll rely on D. Woodley to call the shots. Alpine. See if he attempts. Now back to Woodley. 10 seconds on the shot clock. J.J. Ruff over on the left wing. Ruff! Oh, that hits the three-pointer.
That was a bailout shot right there. That offensive possession was not looking good. Wow, great bailout shot by JJ.
These fans are hoping that their team can start a run. Their team down by 3. Tight defense from Jackson State. Now finally ball movement away from the paint. 6 seconds. Abdul Rauf trying to use his visionary skills. Goes up for the pull-up, misses. Mason comes up with another board. Here's Ruff up against Kola Abdul Rauf, and a good pass to Mason for the jam. Boy, Mason now had 6 points tonight. Now Houston trying to protect this lead. Coach Sampson will call timeout. We'll step aside for a quick break. Stay tuned, more action coming up next. Score here on Wednesday Night Hoops. Houston 24, Jackson State 23. Looking at the box score, Houston has 4 players that have scored a three-pointer so far. Freddie Stonewall, Jaquan Rawls, Holcomb, E.G. Fabenle, and Kirkpatrick. And meanwhile, Jackson State, no made three-pointers tonight. Only 1 attempt by Renzo Bryant. Well, actually, scratch that. J.J. Ruff has hit a three-pointer, so 1 made three-pointer so far for Jackson State compared to Houston's 4. So we'll see if Houston keeps going with 3 ball attempts. Jackson State, we'll see how they adjust out of the timeout. Kamal, what are your thoughts so far? What we've seen in this first half?
My thoughts so far. First of all, you hear the band rocks.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, we love it. Yeah.
Second, what I'm seeing from Jackson State offense is the spacing's not really that good. They need to get better with the spacing. Well, a bucket from Kasongo right there. With Houston, that corner 3 is open all day. It's like the zone is just not working for Jackson State right now. They got to get that together.
Oh, Williams sees something strange here that we're supposed to call timeout.
Quick timeout.
But yeah, we wanted to bring up our world, SimWorld, the ultimate immersive sports universe. This isn't just a game, it's a living, breathing world where every play, every decision, and every storyline feels real. If you've ever wanted to be a part of a next-level sports role-play experience, this is your chance. Join our Discord, build your legacy, and dive into the most detailed, high-production sports universe out there. All the action is waiting, so what are you waiting for? Come on in and be part of something legendary. And these 2 teams wanted to be part of something legendary as well. A tournament called Hoopsteria. Both teams in the discussion Jackson State with a better impression at number 2 in the American Conference. I mean, these teams have something to fight for. Kamal, have you been in that position before, where you haven't had quite the championship contending year, but still have something to fight for along the way?
Yeah, I've been in that position when I played AAU basketball in middle school. I remember that, But other than that, no, I haven't been in that position that Jackson State and Houston have been in.
Was the goal bragging rights there in AAU? Oh man!
No, we took the L, man.
Oh,
that was a great block right there. We took the L though.
Block. Woodley, another chance, he misses, and Abdul Rauf comes up with the board. Oh man, they had an opportunity with Woodley. They could have reset and gone with some ball movement, but instead come up empty, still down by 3. And Houston with Derek Long assisting on the layup attempt. Roy Mason, the Jacktown juggernaut, 4 rebounds to his name. And he starts off with the power, passes it out to Ruff and over to the left wing. 6:10 left in the first half. Richard Alpine up against Abdul Rauf. Alpine back over to Deshaun Saul. Using up all the shot clock. JJ Ruff has got to put it up. He does.
Oh my goodness!
What do you call? Okay, wrong. Come on. What do you call that a lucky shot? Bailout's coming. Yeah, I knew you were going to say something like that because wasn't the best look for JJ Ruff. But he adds to his total. He has 7 tonight.
Yeah, that's the second bailout shot right there. He's getting the buckets though, and right on 2. That's open. Corner 3 is open all day for Houston.
That near side corner, man. Bottom left corner. I guess if you're in the stadium, you may want to just point to that corner, tell your guys to cover that spot. It's been killing the Tigers all game. Luckily, they're only down by 4 now, only down by 2 with the Woodley make.
A great bucket right there by Woodley. Just settled in. Used his speed, got to the spot, to the elbow, hit an elbow jumper.
Stonewall top of the key over the left wing. They go the other direction on the 3-pointer. That one is through. All right, so they
remade by Houston. Wow, what is their percentage right now? They are hitting at a high percentage right now.
Absolutely, that's their 6th made 3-pointer of the night. Stonewall up on Ruff. So Jackson State trying to go close range. That has resulted in them being down, and now they have to clamp here on defense. Here's that near side positioning, with a pass on over to the left wing to Stonewall. Stonewall on over. 10 seconds. Abdul Rauf guarded by Woodley. What will Pola do here? Great pass to the dunk. Derek Long.
Get him going.
Oh man.
Wow.
They call him Big Briefcase. He has an affinity for law, and he went jam there.
Big Briefcase.
Legally, of course.
That's a cool nickname right there. Big Briefcase. Okay.
I mean, you could say he was a pure professional, but made his presence known. Some lawyers do, especially in my hometown of Las Vegas. They love to make their presence known.
Okay.
And now Derek Long with another opportunity. He'll go assist, perhaps. Abdul Rauf scores.
There we go. Another transition bucket.
Wow, all of a sudden, 36-27 our score here in Jackson.
Crowd getting restless.
They are.
Ooh, okay.
King of defender. Good attack and a score. Nice response. 36-29. Now the Cougars, we'll see how they work here to potentially silence this restless crowd. They go 3-ball, on wall, in the paint, 1 pass. Oh, no catch and shoot. Here's a catch and a shoot and a score.
Money.
Double-digit lead. Timeout by Mo Williams. We'll take a short break. Back with more after this.
See the game be the game.
Tune in to No Missed Calls after every live stream, where you can hear unfiltered analysis of what went down.
In case you missed it on the SimWorld TV broadcast earlier tonight, Georgetown took down #1 Villanova. Final score there was 82-68. Jay Laster led Georgetown and the whole entire game with 29 points tonight, 12 for 19 from the field. So shout out to Georgetown for defeating Villanova. And Kamal, any thoughts on that upset from earlier tonight?
Jay Lesnar putting buckets together, 29 points. Wow. Villanova looked a little sloppy.
Yeah, Villanova, I mean, that was a big game for them to win. But they ultimately fell short and by double digits, in fact. And here in Jackson, it's a double-digit lead for Houston. And Jackson State, their fans hoping that lead doesn't slip away. It's an important time here in the ball game for the Tigers and their offense. Wow, Woodley miss. And rebound by Houston.
Offense from Jackson State. You can see the frustration in Mo Williams' face right now. Because 101 basketball, this is not good offense.
Freddie Stonewall now with the right hand off the glass, no good, and a rebound by him off his wrist.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. So 2 offensive rebounds, the second one from Kasongo, and he gets to the line.
The state is getting awarded right now.
Yeah, you see the aggression seen by this Cougar team, and Kasongo may have heard me when I mentioned that Coach wants more aggression out of him. And we saw it there, going after the ball, off the miss by Stonewall. And he'll take a couple free throws, makes the first one. And Kasongo has been often seen working on his game after hours and is fueled by optimism. So, gotta love it when you hear about players having, great attitudes both on and off the court. Gotta have that attitude too. I mean, just, looking at Houston's overall record, 13-16, fairly disappointing year overall. But they still have opportunities coming up, including tonight, seeing if they can come out of Mississippi with a victory.
Great block.
Deflection. It's long, the defense attorney making it happen there. And now the Cougs in transition. We'll see if they work the 3-ball. We'll start off with Benley here with 1:37 left in the first half. Love these personalities here on this Houston team. I ain't gonna lie. Stonewall goes up with the left hand.
JJ, I know this is early, but it just looks like it's over for Jackson State. They just got shot out the zone. Now they're playing man-to-man. Man. I don't think they have the size to stop Houston playing man-to-man.
Right. I mean, we'll go over numbers here from each team's shooting performance in a bit. And looks like they subbed out D. Woodley. So, task is tougher. They'll have to contend with J.J. Ruff at their point. The work here from the right wing. Going up against Houston big. Oh, looks like a pass back. And a jumper. It's good for the Tigers. Deshaun Saul adding points to his total. That is his first points of the ball game. Back.
Great defense, better offense. Man.
All right, crowd starting to rise up here in volume level. Carl Holmes with a spin. Oh, no good there. Rebound by Leland Buckley. Less than 35 seconds here in the half. 3 off the mark. And the rebound by Benley as Houston looks to make it a 14 or 15-point ball game.
JJ. Great block.
Snatched in midair. Oh, man. Now on the other end.
Oh, my goodness.
Would have, oh, man. This place would have went berserk if they finished with the alley-oop on the other end. Instead, it'll be free throws. Oh, geez. They were trying to put on a show, both defensively and offensively. Gotta love what you see from the Tigers defense when they snatched the ball in midair. Come on.
That was great defense right there. They stopped them from getting a bucket in the paint. Still though, the offense is just with a made free throw right there by Ruff. The offense is just disastrous though. They come up, pull up for a transition 3, bricked it. I'm like, why? Get into your offense. Like, that was a terrible shot. And then the terrible alley-oop pass when just go to the bucket at that point. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, Jackson State kind of deficient on the ball movement as well, as the free throw is missed, and Houston with an opportunity for the last bucket.
Corner 3.
Put up a 3. It's good.
Money.
46-32 Houston. They have no problem here in the first half.
None at all.
Off the front rim on the half-court shot attempt, and at the half, the score is Cougars 46, Tigers 32. Jackson State not really playing like the number 22 team in the nation. Kamal. There's a lot of concern here with Mo Williams in the squad.
Yeah, like it's more the offense. I mean, I can't really say that they're playing bad defense. They're playing okay defense, but the offense is just terrible right now. There's just no spacing, no screening, roll, nobody cutting. And when it comes to their defense, they got shot out the zone. They can't stick with Houston playing man-to-man. They're the smaller team, and they don't have the tenacity to play that type of defense against Houston right now. I mean, I may sound like a Houston fan right now because I'm bigging them up so much, but that's what I've been seeing this game.
You see the field goal percentages there, 55 for Houston, 41 for Jackson State. Jackson State has a lot to work on. We'll be back with more coming up shortly for the second half.
Playing jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, tandläkare at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
Sånn. Så ska vi sätta en till.
Ja. Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open. Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey, open door.
Play on the floor.
Get on the floor. Open the door.
Wrong
Open the door.
Error.
Hey there, with a rock. Open door. Open door.
Higher volume. Higher.
Here we go with half number 2 from the Williams Assembly Center. Jackson State down 14. E. Woodley, star player for these Tigers, has only scored 4 points so far, 2 for 9 from the field. Come on, what do you see? What do you want to see in the second half in order for E. Woodley and the Tigers to start clawing back and keep themselves in the SP top 25?
Well, first of all, we got to see less of that. We got to play better defense. It's just letting Houston get wide open threes. Second, Woodley and the offense need to stop having one-on-one offense. They need to do some screening and rolling, some backdoor screens. It's too much one-on-one that I'm seeing from Jackson State and D. Woodley running that offense. Also, they're getting outboarded. Great shot right there, but one of the stats that stood out to me was the rebound count. I mean, Houston is 20 to Jackson State 13. You're not going to win a game if you're getting outboarded.
Absolutely. So here we go with Jackson State on defense. Go left wing. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Houston trying to break the 50-point mark in this ball game. On the road, Carl Holmes goes up. Misses the jumper. Now Jackson State in transition. E. Woodley over on the right wing, but the ball not going to him at the moment. Renzo Bryant trying to connect his offensive players. Will go with the pass to Woodley, and Woodley trying to step back here. Gets fouled by Abdul Rauf. That'll be his first of the night.
Abdul Rauf, that was a bailout foul. But JJ, are you seeing what I'm talking about? The spacing for Jackson State?
Yeah.
It's cluttered. It's too cluttered. It just seems. Ooh, and that replay of that block right there. Oh, that was nasty.
It was nasty.
But their spacing is not good right now. It's too much clutter. They seem like they have no direction. They don't know what they really want to do.
I mean, all they have to do is simply emulate Houston's game, but we haven't seen that from the Jackson State offense. And Mason again. Oh, he turns around. That's enough space for the made bucket. So now a 12-point lead for Houston as Abdul Rauf scanning here. And he'll pass it over to Carl Holmes. Now on to Derek Long. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Houston still at 49 points tonight. Carl Holmes digging in and gets it off the glass.
Great move. That was a great post move right there.
Carl Holmes, one of the top scorers in the nation, can put the ball on the floor and stretch the floor as well. And Woodley able to draw the foul. It'll be Param Kirkpatrick's first.
That was a great take right there by Woodley. Still, though, that the offense is too stagnant, and I'm seeing too much one-on-one play. I'm just not convinced they to get back in the game with that type of style of offense.
Woodley, the engine behind Jackson State's offense, at 5'11". He's bigger than his frame and is able to hit the free throw here. Woodley now at 5 points on the night. And he's Jackson State's top SWBA draft prospect. Normally he's been able to set the tone in ball games. Fast, loud, and relentless is how people have described him here in Jackson. Tonight, clear struggles and just questionable strategies coming from Coach Williams. 51-39 the score. Carl Holmes looking to see if he can find an open man, an open three perhaps. That has been their game throughout the first half. Now the Cougs going in the paint. With Derek Long, and whoa, they were close to going out of bounds. Shot attempt no good for Holmes.
Great defense right there by Jackson State.
Catch and shoot, three, no good. Ooh. And Long with his wingspan able to grab the ball. Loses it, Houston recovers. 19 seconds here on the shot clock. Wow, deep three. Oh,
I don't know what that was. That was a heat check with no heat. Oh my goodness. What was man, what was that?
Yeah, okay. With Woodley driving up against Long, he'll miss the layup. We'll see if the Cougs come up with a smarter shot attempt this time.
What I'm seeing from Woodley right now, he's having difficulty with the length of Houston right now. And that's easy money right there.
Too easy for Derek Long.
Wow. Great bucket by Long. Too easy. But it seems like Woodley is having trouble with the length. Ooh. Okay. But he's having trouble both on the offensive and defensive end.
There we go with the jam. Deshaun Saul, the Bayou bucket getter, making it 53-41 in favor of Houston still. But hopefully Jackson State with that dunk will get the crowd into it more and force more misses coming off his Cougars offense. That's the hope for Mo Williams and his squad. Carl Holmes driving to the rack, no good. Rebound by Shackelford.
Carl Holmes thought he was fouled right there. He was chirping at the rest a little bit.
Oh, Shackelford can go high arc with the attempt, and now the dunk here. Reversing is Carl Holmes. Houston continues to make noise on the road here against these Tigers.
What I'm also seeing too, Houston is just having better transition offense at the end of the day. Their offense, their transition offense has been way better than Jackson State's transition offense.
Woodley back at the line. His team is down 14. He's been displaying his boisterous voice and his vocal leadership, and they may need more of that. There's still plenty of time here in the second half, roughly 15 minutes, and they're probably going to need more of a pep talk on the next stoppage from Woodley. He's been known to bring fire to every huddle and highlight. And whoa, I just noticed his sneakers. Look at that color coming from the sneakers of D. Woodley, matching the hair as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So D. Woodley has been known to have his own shoe line. And he started back and grab as a score for Houston and the foul.
It's just one of those nights. One of those nights for Houston. Everything is falling.
Mo Williams is scratching his head, and he cannot believe that shot went in for Long. And Derek ready for the bonus free throw to give him potentially 7 total points. Like in his sneakers as well. He'll miss the free throw, and the rebound there by Alpine. Roy Mason up against Abdul Rahim. Goes up with the right hand. That's good. Jackson State doing what they can. They haven't been playing like an 18 and 11 team, more like an 11 and 18 team. But they're trying to put in work here. They get a lucky miss from Long. Now Alpine, the Tigers in transition. 14-19 left here in the second half. D. Woodley trying to showcase that speed. Revs up.
Great bucket.
It's the layup. Well, trimming the lead at 10 is D. Woodley. And here comes the volume in this arena.
Getting loud. Getting loud, JJ.
This crowd trying to diminish the Cougars somehow. They go open three to Plank. Alpine back to work. Driving up.
There we go.
Foul, and it doesn't go in. There'll be a couple free throws coming up for Buddy Shackelford.
Gotta make that layup, though.
Yeah.
Gotta make that layup.
So Shackelford ready to shoot free throws. Meanwhile, Houston has called a late whistle here. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.
See the game, be the game.
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
All right, so we got a little bit of a view count battle. TikTok at 102 on the views, and YouTube at a measly 14. And we want to shout out the VUs that are watching these streams night after night, especially tonight as well on this Wednesday Hoops broadcast. But what's up with our VUs that are not watching the stream? If you know someone that's a VU in our Discord server, and you know that they're not active and they're not on these streams, so we encourage you to invite them to watch on our YouTube broadcast. We will be getting prepared for Hoopsteria coming up But before that, the conference championship games, of course. Don't want to forget that, especially here in the American Conference. But that, as well as Hoopsteria, on the docket for the next couple months. So make sure to tune in and invite all those you know, especially if they are the VUs that are usually not on. All right, Buddy Shackelford at the line to trim the lead to single digits here at Williams Assembly Center. Oof, did not want that miss. Mo Williams, you saw the expression on his face. Shackelford with another try.
You're trying to come back. You gotta make free throws. Gotta make free throws.
Especially had a rest period. You had a breather. You missed the first free throw at home with none of the thunder sticks on you. None of the old curtain that ASU would put up, full of distractions. None of that here. A 1 for 2 is Buddy Shackelford. He does trim the lead to single digits. Now Jackson State needs to clamp down here defensively. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hola has been holding the ball throughout. Finally a bounce pass. Wow. Finally a make.
Wow.
Philip Shirley Ulrich with his first points.
Great bucket. You do not want that. Oh, I thought it was a charge.
They call it on Houston. JJ Ruff draws the foul. So now more free throws coming up here. Jackson State in the bonus.
I'm about to say they're in the bonus right now.
They are. Wow.
That's a benefit for Jackson State.
It is. So we'll see how that changes things for Houston's defensive strategy. JJ Ruff is free throw misses off the 1 and 1. So Cougars
come back.
Trying to take advantage. JJ Ruff left alone on the other side. Oh,
just in a trance
power play
missing
for
that free throw.
Yeah, I guess he was shell shocked after he thought he was gonna, sink that one with ease. Missed it, and foul called on Houston. Shackelford knocked down by Kasongo. They call the illegal screen.
Is that Kasongo's second illegal screen?
Might have been, yeah. The one very early on in the ball game too.
Yep.
All right, so Jackson State, JJ Ruff bailed out by him being in a trance. They'll go up for the long two. It's a miss, and Kasongo grabs the board. Go quick here. Abdul Rauf stopped by Renzo Bryant. Abdul Rauf once again holding the ball, working as the point guard. And now guarded tightly. Oh, no way. Buckley. Oh, jeez. That is a foul they did not want to happen.
Bail out right there. Wow. And the thing about it is Houston done used so much clock for the last two possessions for this to happen to Jackson State. Oh my goodness.
Ola Abdul Rauf working as the court general at this stage of the ball game. Makes sense because his idol, Kobe Bryant, he has that stoic demeanor. Strong with the mid-range focus. You saw it there drawing the foul from mid-range. And here's another free throw to potentially make it a 13-point ball game, and it is through. Okay, crowd back down to low levels on the volume. You need a spark. JJ Ruff beginning here. Guarded by Kasongo. Ruff.
JJ, this is very interesting right now. D. Willie been on the bench for a while now.
He has.
Great
going up, making it. Buckley with the bank shot. 50 points now for Jackson State. Fans are pleased, but not enough at the moment. They got to complete the process here defensively. Try and hang in there here in this American Conference Showdown open jumper. It's a miss.
Ooh,
Jackson State in transition. Yeah. Oh boy. Buckley to Ruff. And Ruff with one pass to the dunk. Excellent exchanges between Buckley and Ruff. Now it's a 9-point ball game.
You two have been having some chemistry.
Benley working from the left wing, gives it to Abdul Rauf, and now on to Carl Holmes. Reach the 11-minute mark here in the second half. Holmes awkwardly shoots. He gives up the offensive rebound. Layup made by Kasongo. Kasongo working with double digits on the point totals tonight. Abdul Rauf also in double digits for Houston. And J.J. Ruff here scanning, and he may be in a trance again. Finally dribbles right side.
Oh, great move.
Opening. Oh, he got it to work.
He was lulling them to sleep with the dribble.
He was. Oh, 63-54 Cougars. Woodley, I thought I saw him try and go to the scores table, but he sits back down on the bench over on the Jackson State side. One pass over the paint. No good off the glass. Another chance and a make.
Wow. Another offensive rebound. Oh my goodness. You know what this remind me of, JJ? It remind me of the playoffs right now in the SWBA and how Houston was outboarding the Warriors.
It's a recurring theme in the city of Houston.
Yeah.
Offensive rebounding. They train him well over in Houston. So it seems like. Or they just watch enough tape of the Rockets and they like what they see. But on the other side of the court, free throws coming up. Foul. It's the first one. Three Cougars checked back in. We'll see if Woodley is back on the court after the substitution horn. And Woodley seems to be back in. All right. Yep, Woodley standing right next to Kirkpatrick. Free throw is through. Jackson State still in it.
I don't know what Mo Williams is doing right now. Why would you take out J.J. Ruff? I don't understand that.
Poor defense again by Jackson State. Three is good this time by Kirkpatrick. And Jackson State all of a sudden in trouble. But it was to be expected looking at their defense tonight. Very strange to see them work on defense like this, giving up those three-pointers to Houston.
I think they're more shocked than anything because Houston's not really a good three-point shooting team. They just knocking it down tonight.
Woodley, he didn't need to go with the fancy layup. Could have gone with a more simpler layup. Now the three.
Another
Freddie Stonewall.
DJ Khaled style. Oh my goodness.
Oh, another one, man. We cannot believe it.
Oh, get that out of there.
Oh, Houston. They're putting on a show at the moment. Derrick Love.
Yeah. They putting on the show now.
This Cougar damage here at Williams Assembly Center. This crowd is stunned. They really did not want to see their team fall out of the top 25. It's heading in that direction. Things get worse off of Woodley missed.
Crowd stunned indeed. And you hear the boos. Oh, they're booing.
Abdul
Money. Oh, Mo Williams, call a timeout, please. Thank
It isn't
you.
raining outside, but it's raining inside. 3-pointers. It's been a barrage.
Wow.
We'll be right back after the short break. Houston up by 20.
See the game, be the game.
back here on the floor here in Jackson, 76-56. There's a spotlight on Kola Abdul-Rauf. His idol is Kobe. And he's been known to struggle from three-point range, but he's been able to score 3 points tonight. And the most recent three-point shot was scored by him. And now, Abdul-Rauf, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists on the night. There's a bucket by Renzo Bryant. So Abdul-Rauf, one of several contributors for Houston tonight, as they are currently up by 18 points. Abdul-Rauf sends it over to Carl Holmes. Holmes working one-on-one, ends up with a miss, and the rebound there by Alpine. Now Roy Mason over to Shackelford. Shackelford no good from close range. Now it sounds like a library here. Three is good. I was the loudest person on that call here in the whole arena when Houston hit that three. It's been that type of night.
Drop. Wow. Corner pocket. Oh my goodness.
Another clank. And Derek Long. Starter still out here for Houston. And there's still plenty of time on this clock. So we'll see how much longer.
There's plenty of time, but it's looking grim.
It is looking grim. I mean, I guess you should leave them out there if they're still hitting those threes.
True.
Now, Stonewall does not go for the catch and shoot. Wants to do it himself. And he gets a layup to go through. 81 points for Houston. And here we go, Jackson State. I mean, they have. Yeah.
It's getting around that time where, you know, when it'd be a game where it started being a blowout, and then you just start talking about other stuff besides the blowout game. It's getting to that point.
They turned the ball over. He Woodley tried to go with the spin move, somewhat forced out of bounds. So Houston's defense putting up good work. They're still putting up that tight defense, and you talked about it, the size factor. Just a bunch of they have a player named Stonewall, but all of them seem to be Stonewalls with their size and strength and their agility. They do turn the ball over there. But Jackson State with a nice dunk from Alpine. This crowd appreciates
Alpine,
that
like
dunk.
It's not over yet.
21 points. They do have to limit the scoring from Houston from this point on. Really give up just about maybe a few more buckets the rest of the way in order to potentially come back. Oh, here's a turnover.
Okay.
So they'll go slow pace to start with Shackelford. Jackson State with Roy Mason near the top of the key, guarded by Long. Now to Renzo Bryant over the Woodley. And they'll need to put up a shot less than 10 seconds.
Wow, it's a terrible offense. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I guess
Jackson State with the INT. Haven't seen that since Shador played here. We'll stay here with the timeout called. 5:03 left in the second half. Don't play yourself. Invite everyone you know to be part of SimWorld. We're giving away a 5,000 EM signing bonus for head coach signups, head coach referrals, and we also appreciate the super fans. So if you want to know more, check out our website, SimWorldSports.com, as well as the Discord server, discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a great community in our Discord server. A lot of them will be talking about this contest as well as our previous contest on the broadcast with Georgetown taking down the #1 team in the nation, Villanova. And we have a lot lined up in the next coming weeks. And Hoopsteria slowly taking shape bracket-wise. Houston still in the mix. And with this win tonight, should potentially be moving up in bracket talks. And Jackson State with a loss their situations get a little more complex for them. And they're working here on defense, down 21. But Benlay trying to score himself, misses. Shackelford comes up with the board.
That's great defense right there. You think Jackson State, after this loss, because clearly they're about to lose, should be knocked out of rankings?
Yes. I think this loss, especially by 20 plus, if it remains a 20 plus loss, it will surely knock them out of the top 25. Unfortunately, when you're in that 21, 22 range in the top 25, every game matters. And so, I mean, Jackson State has a lot to be proud about, being in the American Conference, and D. Woodley with his abilities and showcasing his prospect status for the SWBA. They have a lot to be proud about. But for Mo Williams right now, he may not get enough sleep tonight after this showing on the court from his squad.
Yeah, speaking of D. Woodley, this has been a very disappointing game for D. Woodley. It's very disappointing. And I will say, I feel like this was kind of bad coaching. I mean, you had the hot hand with J.J. Ruff and Leland Buckley. They were kind of bringing the team back, doing the screen and roll, doing some post inside, backdoor cut. And then he just took him out. That was very confusing. So it was a multi-effort of how to take an L.
Yeah, D. Woodley, we see Tigers down 21. 21 is also the percentage of D. Woodley's field goal rate tonight. He is 3 for 14 from the field. Yeah, wow. So, a game to forget for D. Woodley. Not for Houston, as they are up 20 after the made free throw. D. Woodley still on the floor, as well as Renzo Bryant. Tigers just trying to manage. Carl Holmes over the right elbow, pulls up, unable to hit the jumper. It's Mason with the rebound. So Houston did defeat Jackson State in their previous meeting in February. They're on their way to sweeping the series.
Yeah, they just got their number.
But Benlay against Woodley, couple passes, and Houston just trying to run out clock, up by 17. And they're just kind of like put their foot off the gas here, trying to run down clock, and not even be the worst thing if there's even a shot clock violation. They can run down the clock the rest of the way and still win this one, I guess. But Jackson State has to call timeout. It'll be a quick breather for them and a quick break for us. Back with more after this on SimWorld TV.
My experience with SimWorld Sports has been absolutely amazing. It's one of the most realistic, hands-free esports universes that I have ever seen. I love the fact that you can see a coach, you can see a player go right from the preps all the way to the pros here at SimWorld Sports. And I must say that it might be one of the most immersive things that I have ever been a part of. 24/7 media coverage. You get a chance to see live games. You get a chance to see live runs. It is clearly just an amazing thing to be a part of. And so if you are a sports fan, if you are a former athlete, if you are a role play gamer, if you like to get into communities that you love, then SimWorld Sports is for you. See the game, be the game.
You know why I'm here. I'm B-Ron, and be sure to tune in to Quick Hits, the show where I give the players and coaches in SimWorld a chance to share their stories in their own words. B-Ron's Quick Hits, giving a voice to you.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
is a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Mile Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the three. In the clip, game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The one twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price. Push up the stock. Build up your name. Stir up the pot. Piss off the eye. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. SimWorld, this is your shot.
Yo, yells.
SimWorld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
SimWorld.
Rick Blaze.
SimWorld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers, trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name, said she wanna try out on the scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast fast, big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be trippin' with my foes tipping. Shot out to the ballers, no bull like I'm Pippin. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. SimWorld Hoops, man, them boys wild.
SimWorld. 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 SimWorld.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
Right, an update in the American Conference. SMU was able to defeat Princeton 68-57. Another head-scratching loss by Princeton clinches the number 2 seed for these Jackson State Tigers. So Jackson State going to end tonight with a defeat, but they do clinch the number 2 seed in the American. So look out for them to face Memphis in the conference championship. And then another game to note from tonight, Notre Dame defeating Syracuse 60-59. Syracuse has one game left to try to get their only win of the year. So that may be a must-watch.
That is pathetic.
Oh, man, Syracuse. One of them paper bag seasons for them. And one more shot, I guess.
Huh?
But in the American, Memphis and Jackson State, the top 2 teams. Houston trying to make waves in the upcoming Hoopsteria tournament. They've been looking sharp. They hit the bucket there with Stonewall.
And,
how do you... yeah, come on, yeah.
Stonewall has been having a pretty good game.
Oh, yeah, he has. Stonewall currently at the 12-point total. No, actually 14 with that recent made bucket. So Stonewall, 14 points. You have subs ready to check back in. Houston calls timeout at the 1:35 mark here in the second half. Kamal, if you're Jackson State, how do you shift your mentalities in order to come up strong in the conference championship? That's the next battle for them.
Well, one, they're going to have to tighten up on defense and stop playing soft. They play very soft this game. 2, D. Woodley, you are a first-round draft prospect for the SWBA, right? Well, we need to see you play like it because tonight was not it. Also, got to do some better coaching for Mo Williams. And all around, the offense got to be better spacing, better ball movement, and like I said, stop playing soft. Y'all got outboarded. Y'all didn't have no fight, and if y'all play like this again, y'all gonna get smacked again.
So Jackson State has faced Memphis, and they were able to beat them 84-73 on April the 1st. So we will find out if Jackson State can do it once more. They'll have to review lots of film after tonight, especially on the defensive side. As Stonewall is still out there for Houston. He's been a menace against these Tigers. And he'll put up another jumper. No miss. Now we have new players on the court for Jackson State, Clark Caraballo. And the shot
great
is
block.
blocked.
Get it out of
Sent
here.
into camera row. Probably hit one of the cameramen out there. Hope they're okay. And a sweet block there. Philip Shirley Ulrich involved on defense. Helping to reject Deshaun Saul, who'll inbound. And Jackson State looking to make it to 70 total points. JJ Ruff on the floor here.
People starting to leave like Deion Sanders. Getting out of here.
Oh, jeez. They got things to do, I guess. It is 10:29 p.m. local time. So, Houston running down the clock. Up by 15. And just a great performance all around. We'll go over more of the point totals here for the Cougars. Kirkpatrick at 15 points. Abdul Rauf at 15 points. Stonewall at 14. Shot is missed. Kasongo with the board. Speaking of Kasongo, he is at 10 on the night. Final 3 seconds for the Cougs. Shot does not go through. And Kelvin Sampson will have a nice night tonight. He'll probably get a good amount of sleep. And clock is ticking. This will do it for this American Conference matchup. The final score, Houston 83, Jackson State 68. We'll see where Jackson State stands if they fall out of the SP Top 25. On behalf of myself, JJP, and my broadcast partner, Kamal, we thank you for watching. Don't forget, SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game. Good night, everybody, and more hoops tomorrow night.
Good night, y'all.
This